Welcome back. On Your Do Now, we were discussing why it might be hard to um, keep a budget, um, create one, stay on top of it. Well, it's hard because, one, stuff is expensive. There's a lot of different bills you have to pay, a lot of different things you have to do. None of them are fun, and it requires a lot of um, focus, good decision making to stay on that budget. But also, well, there's things we want to do. Right? The things we want to do, sometimes we make short term decisions that cost us long term benefits. So, making a budget, staying on a budget is really hard. We're going to be looking at budgets, both in Denver, realistic budgets, and then looking at some different budget scenarios in the next couple days. So, when we create a budget, it's not really that important, but a lot of times you see stuff in black versus in red. Black is profit, good. Red means loss. So if you're in the black, that's good. If you're in the red, that's bad. It's really not a big deal. It's just something you hear and people use. Now you can create a budget that's going to be monthly or yearly. A lot of what we are going to do is a monthly budget simply because most of the bills you have to pay are going to be paid every month. So it's definitely easier to look at a monthly budget than any other kind. You could do a weekly budget, you could do a daily budget, depending on your situation. Um, but pretty much every bill you're going to pay is going to be monthly. So that's the one we're going to focus on. All right, so we're going to use a couple different words. We got income, that's obviously money going in, expenditures, that's money going out, money that you spent. One easy tool you can use once you set up your bank account and you start making money and you start paying bills is mobile banking. So use online tools that your bank is offering to sort of make it easy on yourself. What way works best? Instead of you sitting down writing stuff out and figuring it out yourself, right? Use the tools that come with your bank. So they can monitor the account, they monitor for identity theft, they can track any transactions or payments, and it will help create a budget for you. It'll track how much you're spending on different things, and you can know how much you're going to need, next month or the month after. It also gives you graphs and charts to help you use it, right? You can crank out a spending chart, so it tells you how you're spending your money. This is sort of a suggested amount. About a third of your money goes to like rent, 10% to savings, living expenses, but then transportation and managing debt. These are different suggestions. But mobile banking can get you stuff like this. It will show you how you've been spending your money recently, how much you spent per month. You can alert you to different bills that are coming up, things like that. And you can use bar graphs to kind of track, your goal versus how much you actually spent. And see this person is roughly on track to hit all their bills. Here's a better breakdown of how you should be spending your money. Um, if you're making $3,000 a month, you should only be spending about $1,000 a month on your housing, rent, or mortgage. 15-20% on transportation. That's car and gas. Or if you don't have a car, that's money that you could be spending on other things. You have food, you have clothing, medical bills, all these different things. All right. So I have a couple questions on the Pear Deck. Do you think you could live on your own in Denver? Do you think you're going to be capable of it in a couple of years? And then also, how much do you think it would cost per month to live on your own in Denver? On average, in Denver, how much would it cost? Give me a number. So as a class, we're going to go through some of the bills you're going to have to pay in order to live in Denver. I will put the stuff up on the board, either the whiteboard or on Google Translate, and you can just follow along on your own chart to see how much we're spending. You can pause this video. All right, now I want you thinking about that job you researched, the job that you want to have in about 5 years. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm just working at McDonald's now to make some money. Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where are you working? How much do you get paid a month there? Not per hour. All right, let's figure out how much it is. If we go by hour, we can times it by 40. That'll give us a week. Times it by 4. That gives us a month, roughly. How much would you make in a month? Next, Look at that sheet. What bills do you have to pay? What bills do you see yourself paying? Maybe you don't need a car. Cross that out. Maybe um, live at home. I don't know. Like cross out the bills you won't need and add any bills you do need. How much are you paying per month? All right, so you probably notice that living alone isn't really an option. All right, so what are some changes you can make to your lifestyle to be able to survive this? 5 years from now, what are you going to do to be able to live and pay all your bills?